When I turned 36, I married a woman who slept under a bridge. 3 months later, 3 black SUVs blocked my street. And everyone stopped breathing. They called my wife Madam. That was the day the truth came for us, before those cars. Before the whispers grew into a storm. There was a man named David, a woman named Hope, and a city that never sleeps. Stay with me. In less than 2 minutes, the secret behind those cars will open, and your heart won't forget it. This story is about kindness that looked like madness, about love that stood when money tried to buy it, and about truth that wore torn clothes. Surulere, Lagos. Hot afternoon, people said, at his age and still single. Maybe he missed his time. David kept quiet, head down, hand steady, fixing broken phones behind a small glass counter. He lived in one room with peeling paint, an old fan that hummed like a tired bird, and a window that let in the city's sighs. One evening, at the market gate, through suyo smoke and shouting prices, I saw her, Hope, barefoot, wrapper torn, hair rough, but eyes clear. Too clean for the life she was living. I gave her bread and water. She said thank you like it hurt to need help. Next day, rain falling, bus stop crowded, she sat against a wall, shivering. I sat beside her, no big words. Just questions soft like rain. Where do you sleep? Anywhere. Family. Gone. Do you want work? I will try. That night, I could not sleep. Her eyes stayed with me like a small light in a dark room, so I did a wild thing. I said, marry me. People laughed. Called me foolish, but 2 weeks later, small church, plastic chairs, Fanta on a shaky table, I promised her warmth and a roof. She promised me truth. When she found the words, we went home. She slept on the bed. I took the mat. Morning came. She cleaned the room like it was a person. She burned the first pot of beans and cried. I said, it's fine. We learn. We laughed in a small kitchen that smelled like smoke and hope. Days turned. She found work at a momo put. Her smile brought people back for more jollof. At night, she sang to me and to the quiet, songs with few words and a lot of heart. Then Joy came twice, Joy and Daniel, 2 babies with big eyes and bigger cries. Our one room felt like the world. I moved from a table to a small shop. A sign on the wall read, we fix phones. We keep promises. We were not rich. But we were whole. Saturday sun, hot and proud, Hope washed clothes in a blue bowl. Soap bubbles shone like small moons on her fingers. Children laughed. Neighbors gossiped. Lagos moved, then the street went still. 3 black SUVs turned in like kings that never ask for space. Doors opened. Men in dark suits, a tall man with broad shoulders held up a photo, then looked at my wife, Madam. The word hit the ground and everything broke into silence. A spoon fell. A child stopped mid-laugh. I ran to the door. The light outside fell too sharp. Who are you? I asked. I'm Kola, he said, bowing a little. We work for Mrs. Amelia Brown. The name ran through the street like a rumor with wings. Kola held a letter. Your mother is ill. She needs you. Please come. Hope did not move. She looked from the letter to me. To the children, her lips shook. My name is Hope, she said. But once. My name was Hannah. Neighbors gasped. My heart fell and stood up in the same second. Kola's voice softened. Madam Hannah Brown, we have searched 5 years. Your mother is waiting. Hope's eyes filled with water. She whispered, I'm sorry, but to who? To me. To herself. To the years lost, I asked only one thing, is this true? She nodded. I was afraid, not of who she was, but of losing her to the world that once owned her, so I said, voice steady like a bridge, go and see your mother. Take the children. I will come. She gripped my hand. No. We go as one. Or we do not go. The whole street side, people love bold love. It makes them brave for a moment. We locked our door. We carried only a small bag and our trust. We entered the car together, Ikoi. Tall hospital. White horse. Quiet like prayer, a room with soft light and the smell of rain. On the bed, a woman with silver hair, strong even when weak. Hope went still. Then she moved, like a child running home. They did not speak first. Their eyes did the talking, carrying years and tears. Then, mother. My child. They cried in a way that washed the room. I stood near the door with our children. I did not know where to put my hands. The woman looked at me and said, "You are the man." Yes, Ma. You married my daughter when she had nothing. I married her when she was herself. She closed her eyes like she wanted to keep those words. Sit, she said. Tell me about your small life. We told her about suyo smoke and burnt beans and laughter that kept the light on, about how love can make a tiny room feel like a palace. Days rolled, her breath thin, her eyes kind, and then trouble came in a suit. Victor, her nephew, walked in with a face made of pride. Let's speak truth, he said in a glass hallway. Rain tapping the roof, you married her for money. No, I said. I married her for love. He slid an envelope into my hand. Take this. Sign. Step away, we'll handle the children. We'll handle her. Go live small and quiet. I looked at the envelope. I looked at the rain. I remembered soap bubbles on Hope's fingers the day the cars came. I remembered the room that love turned into home. I put the envelope back. No, you will regret this, he said. Maybe, I said. But not today. That night, Mrs. Brown called us close. Family should be a safe house, not a cage, she said. I failed you, my child. Forgive me. Hope kissed her hand. I forgive you. She asked for her lawyer. Papers came. Pens moved. She protected our children. She cleared the books, she cut Victor out, and then the reveal I did not see coming. Years ago, Hannah found proof. Victor was stealing. Little by little, when she spoke, he twisted it. Called her soft, no one listened, so she left the big gates and glass walls. She changed her name to Hope and walked into a city that saw people, not price tags. Morning light touched the bed. Mrs. Brown smiled at us the way people smile when they are looking at a picture they love. Then she slept like a child. And did not wake. Goodbye. Then home. We climbed a small hill where the sea sings on quiet days. We laid her down with flowers and tears and gratitude. Hope held my hand like it was the only bridge that mattered. After, the big Ikoi house felt cold, rooms too wide, floors too clean. Hope walked slow through memories. She turned to me with eyes that knew their answer. I want to go home, she said. Where is home? She smiled through tears. Where you are. We did the brave thing again. We went back to Surulere. Not the old room. A small clean flat with a new fan and sunlight that felt like a blessing. Neighbors clapped. Some smiled real. Some smiled small. Lagos did what Lagos does. I opened a bigger shop. Hired 2 boys who used to hang by the kiosk, taught them to fix small things with care. On the wall, we fix phones. We keep promises. Hope started a sky blue food truck called True Home. She served workers and school kids. She hired mothers who needed a start. The food tasted like safety. One evening, the sun painted the street gold. Victor walked up to my shop. No sharp words. Just a tired face. I came to say sorry, he said. I took what was not mine. I spoke lies. Your kindness is louder than my pride. He asked for a clean start. I looked at him for a long time. I heard Mrs. Brown again. Safe house, not cage. Come back tomorrow, I said. Clean hands. Clean story. We'll see. That night, Hope and I sat by the window and watched Lagos breathe. A boy chased a ball. A woman balanced oranges. A man on a bike sang one line again and again like a tiny prayer. Do you miss the big house? She asked. Sometimes a big fridge, I said. We laughed. The kind of laugh that fixes the day. Years turn, Joy starts to draw the world with soft hands. Daniel asks questions that make the sky answer. On our 5th year, we went back to the small church with the fading blue walls, the same pastor. Older eyes, kinder smile, do you still promise? I do. I do. Even when cars come. Even then. We walked out into a city that did not stop for our joy, but seemed to glow with it. We ate roasted corn and pear by the roadside, and thanked God for simple food that tasted like peace. That night, Hope stood by the window. She looked up at the stars like she was reading a letter from her mother. She whispered, "Thank you." People still tell our story. Man marries beggar and finds a queen. But listen, he did not marry a queen, he married a person, and she found a person in him too. Love is not a stage where you wear a mask. Love is a room where you are known. It is a hand that stays when the cars drive in. It is a voice that says we go as one, and a heart that answers yes. Let them whisper, the city will always be noisy. What matters is this: two people chose each other when beans burned, they chose each other when the street stirred, they chose each other again and again, and that is how a small room becomes a safe home, and a hard city becomes a kind place, one true promise at a time. True love isn't about what someone has, it's about who they are when the world stops watching. David didn't fall for beauty, fame, or wealth. He fell for character, kindness, and truth. Hope didn't need to be rescued, she needed to be seen, and when life tested them with secrets, pride, and power, they chose to love again. The lesson: never judge people by their struggle, because sometimes, the person you call nothing is carrying a story that could change everything. Real love looks beyond the rags, and finds the gold inside the heart. If this story touched your soul, drop her in the comments. For love that never gives up, share this story with someone who still believes in kindness, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel so you never miss stories that will make you feel, think, and believe again, because here, we don't just tell stories, we tell truths that touch the heart.